So for those who know me, they know I'm a big basketball fan. Love playing it, love watching it. I actually went to the gym to play last night. And when I got home, a friend of mine texted me and was like, yo, another 50-point game in the NBA. So I check it out, and it's this dude named Saddiq Bey. Now, I had never heard of Saddiq Bey, but it was just dope to hear, one, because, again, I hadn't really heard of him, but he, this is something that he did, and that's dope. But two, this is like the 8th 50-point game in the NBA in the month of March. It's been just a whole lot of scoring, which is pretty cool. So this morning, I, looked him up, saw that he's from Maryland, and was like, okay, down the street, that's pretty cool. And then I was going on YouTube to look up on ESPN and FS1 to, see the videos of them talking about his performance last night, because after every 50-point game this month, they've talked about it. Hour after hour check, they had no coverage of this guy whatsoever at all. And I get it, he's not a LeBron James, or he's not a Steph Curry, or he's not a Kyrie Irving or whatever, but if LeBron loses by 30, I got to hear about it on ESPN. I don't have to hear about it because I can turn it off. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to hear about it in the sense like that they going to run it into the ground. They're going to talk about that thing. Steph Curry, if he loses, I still have to hear about it, whatever. But you got this kid who scored 50 points last night. I don't care what his name is. Like, that happens in an NBA game, and it's the 8th one this season. You got to talk about that. And of course some people be like, well, he's not a household name, but all that being said, it just made me really realize, not even realize it, it just put a spotlight on the fact that sports media, national media, whatever, they always put a spotlight on the things that they want you to care about. They always put a spotlight on the things that they want you to hear about. They don't always talk about the important issues. They don't always talk about the great accomplishments of those who aren't as well known. They always spotlight the same thing every day. Every day on ESPN, every day on FS1, you hear about LeBron James. Every day on the news, you hear about, Donald Trump. You hear about the pandemic. You hear about the coronavirus. You hear about some political issue. And a lot of times when they talk about these things, well, at least for LeBron, it's good, it's good and bad. But a lot of times they talk about the other stuff, it's always in the negative. It's always the worst of everything. But they rarely talk about things that are great going on, like within the community, great that are going on, throughout the world. It's always, to say always is a stretch, because it's not always all negative, but a lot of times it is, and it's, again, like they talk about things that they want to force down our throats, that they want to make us care about, and after a while, if you're not paying attention, like, you really start, to let that, change how you feel or change how you think about things. But at the end of the day, like, we have to be able to think for ourselves. We have to be able to have our own opinion and not let people waver us from our opinion. It's okay to celebrate people, for their accomplishments, no matter, what the statue of their name is. It's okay to think differently from other people, just because, you have a difference of opinion. Like, not everybody has to agree on, the same thing. That's mind control. But yeah, like that's really just the whole point of it. It's media really, pushes the narrative. They really control the narrative, but it's up to us to be able to think for ourselves. It's really up to us to have a free mind and say, like, nah, I don't agree with that, or hey, like, let me put a spotlight on this person here. So Saddiq Bey, props to you in your 50-point game. And to anybody else who has accomplishments that go overlooked because somebody doesn't want to highlight you or, give you your recognition, then, props to you. And just to things going on across the world, we hear about the bad enough. It's time that we hear about something good.